What is going on? Listen, if you watch any of my videos at the beginning, I always talk about how, I'm trying to pare down and make it easier for camping, overlanding, things to fit my Gladiator, just reducing clutter. And as you watch the videos progress, you realize that I'm largely just adding more bigger, fun things to take out with me. So when an actual product comes up that is going to help me shave a little space, shave a little weight, something like that, I'm willing to look into it. So a few weeks ago, a representative from a company called Yesper gets a hold of me and says for 10 years, that's what they've done is they kind of make convenient emergency automotive power products, and that they have a couple of new combo products coming out, and I might be interested. Alrighty, let's take a peek at what they sent over. Like I said, Yesper, not a surprise that it starts with a jump starter. This one is called the X1. It is also mated with an air compressor. From the looks of it, jump started. There is digital product charging, probably a USB cable, and it looks like there's going to be a flashlight on here also. So let's pop her open and take a look at it. All right, she's actually a pretty good looking unit. Nice and compact. Screws are underneath there. So this unit is going to be about 3 3/4 inches wide. She is about 9.5 inches tall. It is about 2.5 inches thick. On the bottom, right across the front, is a ginormous display, and then all the power buttons. Up on here, this is going to be for where your pump is going to go in, or I'm sorry, your hose for your pump is going to go in. I've got charging this unit on a USB-C, which is great because we'll talk about in a second why this is an advantage, and a flashlight. And then your output's just a regular USB cable that'll go to your cell phone, things like that. Super large display on the front. Hold down the button. Display comes on. It does look like it's got a battery indicator. So there's plus and minus buttons right here. So what it's indicating in the corner here is that we're set for an SUV. And this little third button over here scrolls between SUVs. There's a car, there's a bike, and there's a basketball. Because this unit, along with some other little cables and hoses, does come with a little baggie where it does have a pump. You're blowing up a raft or a floaty, something like that. Now, some of their literature claims that you can blow up a floaty in 1 minute or a basketball in 1 minute. So it does come with an adapter for a ball and for a floaty. And then, so some of these right here, one thing I noticed earlier, this is measuring in bar. So if you just hold down this right there, it changes over to PSI. So the good thing about this one is it looks like it's settable. Set it and forget it. You won't have to worry about, checking the level, things like that afterwards. Set it to what pressure we're going to want to run it at, and then it should fill it up just like that. So this unit right now is going to replace several items. One of the items is going to be 16,000 milliamp battery. This is going to be 20,000 milliamp battery. That is 44.5 watt hours for you watt guys. One of the advantages already we're looking at is USB-C charging. This one right here, old school, micro USB charging for this one. So advantage already over here, and pretty near, a good percentage of that size already. So then what we're also adding is this Max Start. This is what I use for jump starting right now, if necessary. Got a little flashlight on the back, and realistically, I guess you could use this as a charger for your phone. It's 2 amps out. It is only 6,000 milliamps, so you're barely going to charge a phone. You're barely looking at enough power to start your car with this little unit right here. But stacked up next to it, we're practically at the size right there for these again. So then here's where this is going to probably kick ahead very well. Let's move this out of the side a little bit. because currently what I'm using is this Ryobi pump right here. So same thing with this one was my jump starter. Now it's micro USB charging. This one USB-C charging, way more convenient. Look at how this works. I have to have a whole charger with me, or I have to make sure this battery's plenty of charge when I leave the house. You know, this unit does have programmable things like that, so it's not a bad situation. And I imagine the motors that are running the both of these units are going to probably pump just about the same amount of air. They're both claiming to be 150 psi compressors. We do know that your volume is going to be one of the things that dictates how big of a tire, something like that, you really want to go. As far as the pumping goes, now they claim, Yesper claims, you're going to take a tire from 30 pounds PSI to 36 PSI, which isn't a lot. That's going to be one of those situations like I'm going to deal with today where, you know, you just gotten kind of seasons changed, you got a cold spree or something, your tires are a little deflated. That could take considerably a while, just like this one does, to pump a tire from flat. I actually do have a video where I use a big compressor and I run this Ryobi up against it just to kind of see, you know, how fast this one does it. So I imagine this one's going to be about comparable. But then what we have to kind of add is the cables for it. And so here's something that's already fairly disappointing from Yesper is, you know, that's a nice little box or whatever, but so now I have a nice USB cable that it comes with. I have actually a really nice braided cable for the air pump. Really solid fittings, seem nice. You know, it's got a little extra sheath on there for this to screw, free spin, so you can screw it all in very nicely. And then this unit right here for doing your jump starting. Yesper, no bag. What am I going to do with all that? I mean, granted, with this right here, with this EverStart, I do have to add this too. So here are the piles that we're comparing. All right, so this car I have has a parasitic draw that if you don't drive it very often and keep the battery charged up, you get a dead battery. And for the last month, I've been out of town, so I had it off the tender. And so currently we are able to get the odometer and the security lights blinking. If I put my foot on the brake, though, you see that actually disappears. So this battery is pretty shot. Yeah, you can see it coming and going. All right, so let's give it a try just to make sure. Yeah, nothing completely. All right, let's set this up and see how it goes. All right, so once you're under here, you got the little unit on the side. It's got a little flap on it that's going to plug into. This way, this plug is set up. You can only set it up one direction. So you just charge it in there. Very short cord on here, so you're going to have to be very close to it. Your neutral and then your positive. All right, so then what happens is right on here is blinking green light is good because if it was red, that would mean you were cross-threaded your polarities. But the fact that it's green is good. So then what you have to do is to arm it, you push this boost button. And that activates the unit. And you can actually hear the radio has started up inside the car. All right, let's see what we got. All right, so fired right up, no problem. And then once it's started, you can turn the front, reverse the process. Take your reds off, take your blacks off, pull your plug. Now we went down to about a half a battery from a full battery on that. So we're gonna go pump some tires anyways, see how good it works. All right, so she took on my extremely dead 6-liter GTO V8. Got that started, but it only left us with about half a battery. But we're going to do these tires anyways. It's actually a real convenient setup. This spins free here so that you can wind it in nice without, you know, sometimes it's connected and you have to flop the cord all around. But this has got a nice little free spinning attachment on it. So everything just tightens. It's nice rubbery. This rubbery thing seems like work as a gasket. So this hose is fairly short, but what it is long enough is to, if you set this on the ground, it does reach the top of a tire without having to worry about rotating to where your valve is. If you were on a really big, like maybe you're on one of the Gladiator tires over here, you'd have something to worry about. But we're going to pop it on here and see if it actually reads how much air I got in this tire. Oh, well, it looks like we're at bars. So remember I said bars, if it's sitting on bars, you hold this second button from the right down, and it'll switch over to PSI. Currently, I have it set to, I want to go to 35 PSI. So right now it's showing us I do have 25 PSI in there right now. So it won't be a great test because their own literature says 1 minute from 30 to 36. So I'm going to go from 25 to 35, and we'll see how long that takes. Let me get a timer up here. Stopwatch. And so let's hit the start button here, the power button again, and the start button on this at the same time. All right, so that was the 1 minute, and it says it would have gone 30 to 36. It would have gone 6 on this one, and we only got 3 out of it. So let's keep going. All right. So 3 minutes. Well, 2:54, so 10 seconds late. 3 minutes pretty much to go 10 PSI. Not really that bad. If you're on the side of the road and you, like I said, you're going to use this mostly for, hey, I realized it got cold outside and my tires went down. Maybe you put some slime in a flat tire and need to pump it back up. You know, in which case, if you had a pump like this and it got you out of there in, you know, 6-7 minutes back to full, you'd be not doing too bad. So, okay. So what we've done is we've gone over what are the regular case scenarios of this thing. Can I throw it in my truck? Can I throw it in my car? Can I jump start it if I got into emergency, like I left my lights on? Too bad. We've seen that's possible. That battery on that GTO is been going bad for a long time, and it was completely dead just now, and it was still able to scrape out getting it started. And then, even with only a half a battery, and I'm down to actually 1 click here, we were able to put 10 pounds of air inside of this tire. So those check all the boxes. But what am I going to use it for? All right, so one of the side things I end up going to use it for is I have this shower that is pressurized. And many of you overlanding types are going to have some sort of a pressurized tank like this. And just easy enough, you know, I'll be able to slip this right on the valve here, get a couple of pounds in it, slide it right back into storage. You know, and now you have to worry about it. Thing's going to fit right, compact right in there. Pump her on up. Good to go. I got the dirt bike right here, a dual sport. I want to go off-road and on-road. I need to be able to change the air pressure in these tires. Easy. The whole thing fits right in here. You didn't even know it was in there. Pop it right out. Oh, but guess what? It's also charging my phone right now. And, you know, if I go to camp or I'm out in the dirt or whatever the case may be, and I'm just running my battery like crazy, and the thing won't start. Oh, look at that. Right here again. So all in all, you know, I'm going to use this thing more as just an emergency product, but it definitely fits the bill as that emergency product also. Y'all take a look at it. Hit the link in the description. Like I said, right now they do have 30% off if you hurry. If you buy a second item of theirs, they're also added another 5% off. So go take a look at it. Appreciate y'all. Take a look at this video right here, and we'll see y'all next time.